Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Join us Friday, April 24th through Sunday, April 26th for our first homestand of the season and our 5th anniversary celebration. Score big with $5 tickets. Grab $5 domestic draft beers. Enjoy $5 popcorn. And yes, 2 Nathan's hot dogs for just $5. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
You know, it's funny. I had my friend Ross Levinson in studio last week, and we worked together many years ago when I started in this entertainment business, 1997. At the time, it's CBS.com, it was Sportsline USA. But a lot of the folks, Mike Levy, who started the company, he made millions and millions of dollars, and others, a lot of those guys that lived in South Florida that made all that money, you know where they moved? Vegas. A lot of them moved to Vegas. You talk about cities with great potential. You know, it's gorgeous out there, the weather, not a lot of crime. And companies that are moving to certain cities that are not sanctuary cities and blue cities, obviously. Vegas is one of those destinations, and they've got about 3 huge shows going on this week. I've got a bunch of friends in Vegas for different reasons, so it's a big week in Las Vegas. And who's there right now? Our guy, Mr. at Apple Media, the host of not one, but 2 great shows on this station, Cats and Cosby alongside Rita Cosby, 5 o'clock every weekday afternoon, and his masterpiece, The Cats Round Table, 8 a.m. every Sunday. My dear friend, John Catsimatidis. Vegas, baby! How you doing out there, John?
Viva Las Vegas.
What did you like? I love Las Vegas. You like it out there?
I'll tell you, it's a great town. It's a great city. There's always something to do, but it's like me and you talk about Florida. After 4 days, what do you do? Right.
You know? Yep.
Yeah, it's a great city, and you get the most information from the Uber driver that takes you back to the hotel from the airplane, and he says business is way down. They've been down like 10% the last every year for the last few years.
Wow.
And there's a little bit of suffering, but I'll tell you. You're driving through Las Vegas. They're building 3 more hotels or 4 more hotels.
Yeah.
The building doesn't stop. So Las Vegas always makes a comeback, like New York always makes a comeback. It's a great city. It's great for 3 days. We'll be back Wednesday morning. We're here in a broadcasting conference, and we try to stay on New York time because otherwise you're really going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Last night we have a big suite that we use as an office. I brought some of my crew out here. I brought Dina out here, my assistant, and we're going to operate this as an office and do what we have to do every day. And, we work 24/7. That's what our life is all about.
No, I know that. But, for me, when I was in Fort Lauderdale a couple of weeks ago, I do this, and I annoy myself, I do. But I start comparing everything because I'm looking for any reason to get even more down on New York. Right? I'm not down enough with this stupid mayor. So I go to Fort Lauderdale. I go, look how clean this is. Look how nice this is. So you go to Vegas. It's very clean. You know that. Weather's pretty nice. Do you start to compare quality of life, what other cities look like and act like when you're away from our city?
Oh, absolutely. We do that all the time. We all do that. And that's the one thing we talked about on my Sunday show. I lose track of time. Where are we? Yeah, yesterday, Sunday.
Today's Monday.
Our show was on, and today is Monday, but it seems like Sunday was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
We got on an airplane Sunday afternoon, and we landed here. We gained 3 hours, so we had nothing to do. We just, I think everybody came to our suite on about 9 o'clock last night, which is midnight New York time. Ordered pizza, ordered salads, ordered tacos, ordered everything but the kitchen sink.
And now this is a big radio conference. It's annual. These are what, like other program directors, station managers, owners? What is this conference about?
But it's also manufacturers of different suggestions for radio stations and different. We brought our engineer out here, Tom Morgan.
Yep.
And we're looking, and it's an excuse that everybody's out here, so you can have meetings that you can't have in New York. We have like 10 meetings set up today. And just gain whatever knowledge we can gain to do our job better in New York. Now, we talk about the quality of life, Sid. I had Jay Clayton on, who's the U.S. Attorney of Southern District in New York, and he is coordinating the forces in New York City to make sure the quality of life in New York is acceptable. No,
it's great that Jay is doing that, but it would be nice if we just started right here. We've got a great police commissioner in Jessica Tisch. But the reason why Jay Clayton's job becomes so important, as you know, John, is because you can't count on the mayor. So now we got to count on people like Jay Clayton, for a while there, Trump and Kristi Noem and Tom Homan. That's why Eric Adams had a nice run his last 6 or 7 months. You really want to get to the point, like we were with Rudy and Mike, where you can just count on the mayor. And we haven't been there for so long. I don't know about you, but it starts to frustrate me.
Well, with the mayor, by the way, a big thing for this November's election is who's going to give that sergeant a pardon.
Right. Well, it ain't going to be Kathy Hochul.
That's not negotiable. I think that sergeant deserves a full pardon.
Yeah.
Because the judge that did what he did to him is how do we say it in the last few years? A woke cultural judge.
Yeah, that's what he is. And I just had Arthur Idala on the program right before you. He represents Eric Duran. He got him out of jail. We got the bail money. He's out of jail right now. But look, Bruce Blakeman is already on record saying, I'm going to pardon this guy. You can bet your last dollar, John Catsimatidis. Kathy Hochul, she'll never do that. Never.
Well, that's going to be a big determining factor what's going to happen in November.
Well,
and back to blue. I think supporting our law enforcement versus supporting. I had Joe Gruder was on my show.
Yeah, I heard it.
He's the GOP chairman.
RNC.
And he says, why? RNC chairman. Yep. Same thing. GOP, yep. RNC. Yep. And he says, why are the Democrats making their priority on supporting the illegal migrants that come in versus supporting the American citizens? And look, we don't want to do anything wrong. And I'm a first believer in doing the right thing by everybody. And I'm the one that discussed it with President Trump originally. Let's get rid of the bad criminals, the drug addicts, the killers, the drug pushers, and look, the bus boys and the nannies and the waiters and the cab drivers. Let's look at it later to make sure. If they're good people, then we should review it. If they're bad people, and they're criminals, then deport them, get rid of them.
Right.
But
right.
I don't agree with some of our people that say that deport every illegal migrant. Listen, if me and you were escaping, me and you would be illegal migrants to come to the United States too.